Yo, yo, yo. How's it going, everybody? I have a special speedy live stream planned for today. We're gonna try and go fast. So I'm gonna wait for people to trickle in. But hello, Soton. Welcome to the hell that you brought me. We're gonna have fun. So, the goal for today is basically I'm going to make a language in a little less than 2 hours. About 2 hours. Yes, no. Well, the whole idea is that I'm going to make a functional language within this live stream. Some other stuff might happen outside of the live stream. So stuff like if I need to make more compounds, or if I need to figure out like small little things. But there will be no structural details created outside of this live stream. And I have the plan. I have plans to follow out with this language. So if I end up finishing it, then there's gonna be some fun things in store. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait a few seconds, wait for people to come in. I'm not gonna make videos out of this stream. Like, this stream is definitely not going to be suited for small videos. I think I'm just gonna do like a stream highlights sort of deal. But yeah, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. All right. So at 05, I'll start working on it. Hashtag out of context. What do you think is? What did I say? What did I say that could be taken out of context poorly? All right, let's do this. So, this is beautiful. I love this. So, this language only has, I just want to make sure I have everything right. Oh, I don't have here. Okay, so this language only has 9 consonants, 2 vowels, 9 consonants, 2 vowels, and 2 tones. Tone 1 is a low tone, just a low level tone. And then tone 2 is a high falling tone. They're word tones. So note that I have a very complex syllable here. And then a tone marker. So would be would be a low tone. Yeah. It's a high falling tone. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to gonna generate a word list. Okay. Bam. Oh my gosh. I just see that one right at the bottom. Okay. No! Why? Why are you like this? Just kind of... No! Oh, there's a copy button, isn't there? Whoops. Is it there? Can I? Ah, there we go. Do we allow P in between vowels now? What do you mean? What do you mean, Soton? No, not Times New Roman. Arial. Bam. Okay. Did I accidentally put P? Is P not phonemic? P's phonemic. Yeah, P was... Mind you, these are just the... Yes, so, okay, so these are just the phonetic forms. So, or phonemic forms, rather. So, anything in the square brackets are allophones. So, stuff like... Oh my gosh. Okay, so looking at this, I'm trying to find a good instance of phonetic change. Okay, so baha is going to turn into poha because hold up, let me or well, is gonna turn into a around coronals, and o around velars. And then is gonna turn into e or oo coronals. Bam. Did I want Lexergy open? Rla. Ooh, I like that. Rla. Rla. I think I'm gonna need Lexergy open. Whoops. Bam. And I included some rtla. I like that. I included some extra words just to be you know, just to be safe, just in case I decide to have a few other particles, since this is going to be a highly analytic language, highly analytic and highly isolating. So I guess where should we start? I guess we should start with to a around L, R. And O. K. Do I have K? No, but I do have. I have R and And then I also need I'm gonna close that. So I need to put this. Bam. Now let's make sure that there's nothing deadly. What the? There is no way. There is no way. What the heck? It's right there. What do you mean? What do you mean that doesn't make sense? What? I mean, does it need that? What? Oh, that's why. Jeez, not me just forgetting everything. Yeah, what? What? That is literally... My head's blocking the code. Well... There. Hopefully that works. Is that visible? Hopefully that's visible. I'm confused because that never does anything wrong. That's never a problem for me. No. What the? That's confusing. Why? Okay. Well. We'll just worry about this right now. Okay. Bam. Rle. Rtle. And then U. Becomes E. Oh my gosh. They need to be separated line. Yeah, that's frustrating because it never, at least I don't remember that ever doing that for me. Ooh. R and yeah, because these are the only consonants that those are ever going to come into contact with. Okay. Yeah, so this language mainly cares about vowel height. I like that, Soton. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Okay. Okay. So we... Nah. Okay, no occlusion. So we take... Okay. N. Dr. Bam. It becomes... Round R. Oh, I have to make a feature. The vowel situation points to labiovelars, not velars. What do you mean? What do you mean? There's no labiovelars. You created this phonology. You created this phonology. I'm just doing what I think is proper. So are we saying... I have questions. What's the allophony? Can you define it? So, right now I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants. But, right now I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants. But the idea of those back vowels being rounded is just that fact that back vowels like to be rounded. Yeah, you made the consonants. Back vowels just generally like to be rounded. So that's my thing with that. I'm essentially this velar nasal liquid approximate thing is going to turn into nasals. Is gonna occlude. So instead of it's gonna become a full nasal. Or depending on where it is. The r's are gonna, depending on whether or not it's velarized, it's gonna insert a stop. So if it's LR, then it's going to insert a T, ultra, and if it's it's going to insert a velar stop. Yeah. I had that idea with the big N. I just wanted to... Big N. Capital N. I just wanted to keep it as it is right now. But other than that, I really don't have much else, many other ideas around occlusion, or around allophony. Oh my gosh. Okay. Symbol, bam. Feeler. Hopefully that all makes sense. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, that's why. Just so that, I'm creating a symbol here just so, Lexergy knows that this is a singular consonant.
I don't know that one.
Not you. Oh my gosh. I'm in my mother's office currently. We share this, but she has an Amazon Echo device, and sometimes it turns on. So stop insertion. Ooh. Stop insertion. So, bam. Oh my gosh. P versus B is something that is worth talking about with allophony, and where its phonemicness is defined by. I mean... Oh yeah, I guess I also have to take that into account, don't I? Okay, well... I have ideas. What I'm gonna do with the pa and ba is I'm going to have pa voice in between vowels, and I'm gonna have ba turn into ra in between vowels. So, symbol E. Oh. It's just better to use a vowel, a class there. P versus B contrast in one environment. Trying to find, well, I'm trying to find something. These are just randomly generated, so I don't. BPA. 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 Could we call that a contrast? I know we can't technically call that a contrast. So if I can find a PL, so there's a BL there. I don't know if there are going to be minimal pairs. That's my thing. I mean, here I'm. Well, no, even tone is distinguished in that one. Well, that doesn't matter. It doesn't. B can show up word initially, and so can P. And that's... B might not color P the same as B does. Fancy. Wait, what? Oh. Class. I never use classes. I never use classes. Okay. Oh my god. Class. Vowel. Yeah, if anybody has any ideas that's currently watching, what's missing from the consonant inventory? Give me 1 second. Let me finish writing this down. I'm scared. What do you mean, what's missing? Did I forget something? Because right now, I only see oblique stops phonemically. I see that... I see the, non-syllabic That's so cool. In the standard inventory? So in the standard inventory, there's no... If we're talking standard, what are the gaps? There's no palatal stop. At all. Not even phonemic. Or phonetic, rather. Allophonic. Galactic Sand, we're working on a super minimal lang. Imagine Tokipona, like, 57.0. I don't know how many Tokiponitos there are, but that's what we're doing. What do you mean standard inventory? Son. If we're looking at the phonetic gaps, the gaps where there are no sounds, there is no palatal nasal, there's no palatal stop, there's no palatal vibrant, as it's called, which I think that's just referring to the vibration of the vocal cords. We could introduce a phonemic palatal stop, or a phonemic palatal vibrant. Soton, I'm lost. What are you trying to get me to see? Vibrances, taps, and trills. So ba is not a ba, it's a aba, 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 aba. That's interesting. Yeah, but yeah, I don't see what you're trying to get me to see. Are we trying to get a glottal trill out of this? A glottal trill. That just sounds like a sheep. It's patterning as one. It's patterning as one. Okay. Hold up. What would be that or at least that's the, okay, so what would be a labiovelar approximant? But we have the labiodental, if that's what that actually is. We have the labiodental approximant. So I'm not sure I get it. If what is an allophone? What is an allophone of? P. Would it be an allophone of P, or would it be an allophone of F? We don't have F. I think it's an allophone of P because ba is patterning like a trill or like a tap. I have each. What phones are a part of which phonemes? My guy, are you talking about that image you sent in voice text all those days ago? Because I'm looking at pretty much what I copied over. To me, looks like a labial approximant. I would think because of lenition, because of lenition affecting stops. If I were to do lenition affecting stops, pa would go to la. And because ba is being treated as a trill or a tap, because ba is being treated as a tap, it wouldn't reduce. Yeah, I copied that chart of phones. Everything except the vowels is what you came up with, Soton. I guess I'm missing the connection between labiodental, the labiodental approximant, and the other labial consonants, other than the fact that they're labial. I'm missing. I mean, I know I can make that from P. I know that. So 1 second. Let me just work on this quick. Make sure. Okay, so. Oh, okay. I don't need to worry about that then. Bam, bam. Soton, that is very abstract. Okay. Let's look at what "puh" is. Maybe you'll stop. Tuh. We don't have "tuh" here. You don't use emojis. I guess I'm getting lost mainly because this is a very odd phonetic inventory, consonant inventory rather. I'm not used to doing this. I'm not used to having only one velarized consonant or using the labiodental approximant at all, or the velar approximant. Oh my gosh, Soton. The labiodental approximant can be an allophone of the velar approximant, can't it? The velar approximant can be an allophone, or the labial approximant can be an allophone for the velar approximant, can't it? Because there's no occlusion there. And by that same logic, I could see becoming as well. They are very similar. So I could do that labiodental. I'll worry about that in a second. Let me finish writing down some of these sound changes. Stop. Mission. Pa. Wa. Pa to wa. Okay. What is wrong with it? What is wrong with what I have created? Do I have to do that before or after my features? How would I handle nasal vowel? So nasal, that N phoneme is representing this. So I could either handle that as a long nasalized vowel. V is vibrant. Uba. Uba. Ra. Ra. Okay, so ra. Ra. I don't think that's a I don't think nasal vibrant is a problem. Ba. 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 Ra. I just got a Discord message from Soton that says, "Don't make me call you." Oh God, it might help. It might help. Honestly. Hold up. If you're gonna call me, let me pull up Discord. Bam. Okay. So if you decide to call me, here we go. Mboo. Mboo. So nru, which would create nru. You know? That's not bad. Okay. Okay, and then yeah, let me figure out what's wrong here. Because I don't think anything is wrong here. Oh no. We're gonna I'm gonna grab my headphones. I didn't think he was actually gonna call. One moment. We are just gonna I have headphones. Hello.
I actually brought it to someone's stream.
Yes. Surprise. There's a surprise guest. Okay. So you were talking about nasal vibrant or nasal phoneme vibrant phoneme creating
Yeah,
a
so
syllabic nasal.
I noticed you did a 2-vowel system, and you could argue you actually did a no-vowel system. Or a 1. Where the schwa is a allophonic for when there's no vowel, and when you have a vibrant that is syllabic. And when there is an obstruent like a p or a then there's a schwa there. Oh, I have like a 3-second delay.
It's fantastic. So you can hear you? Like
Yeah.
okay. Okay, that was my concern that you wouldn't be able to hear you through that people wouldn't be able to hear you through the stream. But that's good to know. Okay, so is a okay. So if I want to keep a two vowel system, I could do
Mm.
I could do so like well actually the final word in the list is like so I could do or but I do want like the Caucasian style height distinction.
Okay, you're gonna run into some issues there. I'll tell you that right off the bat. The reason why the Caucasian vowels are written that way is
Is
because they have
because
so much secondary articulation,
you make a
and
point.
that secondary articulation is coloring.
You make a point. Okay, well, then not Caucasian style, just highly minimal.
Yeah, I mean, you only need a phonemic ah, anyways.
See, okay, here's the funny thing. I was talking about this whole thing with my father, and he doesn't know anything about linguistics. Um, but I tell him, yeah, just gonna do a two vowel system. He goes, why don't you just make it one? And now that you're saying it, okay. So hear me out.
Well, okay, if you did do a two vowel system, you would basically be distinguishing it only in sonorants.
Yes, height and such. I mean,
So let's think about what your phonemes are and what your allophones are.
yes. Okay. So that whole thing you were trying to make me understand.
Yes, because when you're dealing with a language that is such a small inventory, the idea of a phoneme is so abstract, you're basically working with syllables.
Okay.
And because of the way how the coronal stops work, you're basically not working with syllables, but words.
So
That's correct, folks. We're having phonemic words here.
phonemic words. Uh, I'm. I just want to see if this is what you were going for when you just listed all of those. Okay. Does that does that look about right, or are you delayed?
Like I said, I have a 3-second delay.
Hey, 1 second. I don't know if I can do. Okay. Does that look about right to you? Ah.
Yes.
Okay. So
So,
so all of these, both of these,
okay,
all
let's pretend all the nasals are under one phoneme.
yes.
So just make a list of one column that is just phonemes, and the following rows are all its allophones.
Yes. I'm not even gonna worry about the brackets. Like how I'm saying it like it's an actual. Okay. So na is that uh uh I would say my plan was to make this labiodental approximant allophone.
So multiple phonemes can share allophones.
Yes, correct. Hence why the might be both the might be a phoneme of la and ra. At least I think that's how that works with that insertion.
So the way I did it is I was having the coronal vibrants create a stop when they are clustering with other sonorants
Yes.
to break up the sonorants,
With other sonorants, yes.
which is why you have a velarized rhotic.
To create ka.
Mm-hmm.
So uh so what would that make huh? Would that make that an allophone huh? Or ra?
Okay, so capital N followed by capital T would get you what?
Would get correct?
I
If
would
we're
put in their actual phones. I would put
okay.
probably na, da, and if you want to do the two vowel system, the trill only appears when there's no inherent vowel. So ntr, but nta and da. You might be
Okay.
able to say it as nti or ntsi.
Okay. So hold on. I'm still so are we calling t an allophone of this phone? Since that was what I was instructed to do to list the allophones of the. Hello? Hello? Alright.
Okay. Um. So no inherent vowel, you get the trill.
No inherent value.
With an inherent vowel, like let's use E for not A.
Here. I can just send you the link, can't I?
And this is, folks, how you bully your way in taking over someone else's stream.
Truly. You get to that? That oh yeah, I still need to figure out what's wrong with this class. Literally exactly how it's written.
It requires access.
Ah. Dang. Need an email.
Or just clicked go to like the shareable stuff.
There we go.
Oh, I'm now a viewer.
Boom. Should be an editor now. Are you an editor as well now? This software or this Ohiming. Oh, there we go. Dang, I'm just over there trying to figure out code, and you're over here hijacking everything. Okay.
Here's a question: how does the glottal stop distinguish itself from the glottal approximant, other than just by manner of articulation? Like, what happens if they cluster?
What happens? Okay. My thought goes the gemination of
So one of them geminates.
yes. So it could be the first one, or the first one in the cluster. So it could be um, could be realized as and I mean I like that. I don't know if that's necessarily realistic and or effective.
I was talking about this down here, but okay.
Oh. Oh! And they cluster with other phonemes. Okay.
So here's a fun thing that I thought about. The phonemes that can be syllabic. Let me just do.
When you were explaining this to me, you didn't bring up anything about syllabus.
Here, I thought you would have figured that out.
Well, I was thinking we were talking about consonant, like consonant vowel. So it would. I mean, I figured it would be like a side effect, but not like something like a side effect of a human trying to pronounce it. You know, like if it were.
You got to realize I'm Soton. Have you seen the languages I have made?
Yeah,
Everyone now in this stream's just like, no.
yes, I have
We're
seen
here
them.
for solar.
Yeah, the 2 people in the stream. Including you! Why are you... But... No, I have seen the languages you created. That's why I would think you would create something that just has no syllabic consonants at all.
What do you think about the optional vowel meant?
I thought that literally just meant vowels.
Now, when PIE did optional vowels, it also had syllabic consonants.
Yeah, you had an optional...
Yeah, 0 grade. Because when you're talking about PIE, you got to think about PIE's syllable structure is not built off of actual phonetic constructions, but rather morphological constructions, where roots had a minimum syllable structure of like consonant, vowel, consonant, where the vowel was optional because that's the morphological vowel. It was either A or O because PIE had like 10 actual vowel qualities,
Yeah.
including length.
Yes. I never knew that. Okay. So... Okay. So syllabic consonant. So, talking about... okay. Plus syllabic minus syllabic. This is just making my Lexergy code worse.
I know. You're welcome.
Gonna have this... Gonna have those syllabic distinctions as the first, the literal first.
This also does allow you to organize your consonant chart in degrees of syllabicness.
Uh, I'm... Remember when I thought I was gonna be able to do this in 2 hours?
This takes me 2 hours. So
Transfer. That's what it's called. It's not called a... It's... The rule is not syllabicity transfer. It's syllabicity transfer. Okay, so what are we calling... AKA, what do I need to change?
We now can make the joke that Colin is next.
You say this and you have a plan already be like it's already planned out that you're gonna be on. Don't actually tell me that there's a plan for you to be on this stream. Soton, no.
Soton,
No.
yes.
Soton,
yes.
no.
Soton, yes.
Soton, no.
Soton, yes.
Yeah, I'm really like not used to inventories like this where you really need to dig into what is.
Legitimately, what you're doing is you are taking what is known as phonetic features. So plus syllabic, minus syllabic, plus front, minus front, and you're just grouping them into key points,
Okay.
and then having those features determine the allophony of surrounding features. So let's say you have this as a word. This tells you minus syllabic, because it cannot be syllabic there. So that pa is technically an illegal word, so you have to actually put in either a or an there. Or you could have the ta lend its syllabicness to the pa.
So
Let me
bra.
just do a labial. It wouldn't just be pra, it would be pra, because you're lengthening it.
Bra. 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 Versus pra.
So that would be a phonetic realization. Where something like that is not allowed.
Bra is not bra.
And you might have some speakers pronounce this as.
Hello, Ever. Welcome to the stream. Sorry.
As you can hear, I have hijacked Solar's stream.
Yes, this is Soton. This is. They are an enigma.
In more ways than one.
Okay.
But some speakers might use the lengthened R, and others might use the syllabic R plus the stop allophone to help draw that syllable boundary more cleanly.
Oh my gosh, this is Piraha, or Piraha, like in Piraha, all stops are allophonic of each other in some way.
Ah,
It's not like in any situation you can use any stop, but like
that's more the situation of K. So the phone K is treated as an allophone of he, of hu, or hu, of o. And some speakers will replace ka with pa. They will not, however, replace ka with ta. They will not replace it with sa, nor any of the nasals.
in Piraha.
Yeah. So this can alternate with these segments. Let me just write them all out real quick.
I guess I just kind of assumed because I heard Okay, where are you getting this information? Because in whatever whatever his face is, in his book about the Piraha, he didn't go this deep into it. Where did you get this information?
Good question. Let's not get into it.
Soton. Soton, no.
Sutton, yes.
Okay. Okay, so oh my gosh. I thought I was gonna do this in 2 hours. I thought I was gonna make a whole language in 2 hours.
Surprisingly, going as very simplistic as you can with phonotactics requires a lot of consonants.
Yeah. Honestly,
So when you do a very little amount of vowels and consonants, you actually hit the point where it's just like this is more trouble than it's worth.
there's so many problems. So, I don't even know. I don't even know, man.
It might be a good idea to start thinking about legal combinations and
Yes.
illegal combinations.
Yes. Okay. So,
So
ill
let's say the pattern is non-syllabic, syllabic.
okay.
And you
So,
cannot have two non-syllabics in a row. And you can have two syllabics in a row.
can have two syllabic. Can't have a syllabic or a non-syllabic.
So which means you have three consonants which cannot occur in a row because you'll have an illegal cluster.
Okay. So, the question is, how do I
What,
want to?
what do you define this section where it's both non-syllabic and syllabic though?
One more try.
You have a section of sounds which are considered both syllabic and non-syllabic.
Yes.
How do you define them?
So non-syllabic would be if there's not an inherent vowel. So at least these are my thoughts. So when there's no inherent vowel or it's surrounded by non-syllabic consonants.
I see. I'd just go with consonantal minus continental. And then these three are a little funky. Well, these two are either plus syllabic minus consonantal or plus consonantal minus syllabic.
So run me through your thought process.
It's fairly obvious that let's say call it the dorsal and coronal phoneme
Yes.
has a non-syllabic and syllabic elements to it.
Yes.
How would those pattern out according to your syllable structure?
Well, if it is like so if it's CT, consonant and then the coronal consonant phoneme, it would end up being a syllabic R. Syllabic R. But D would be would that be minus syllabic? It could be either way. But we can say that it doesn't allow consonants immediately after. No, exactly. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell. You can't. It can't do that. It can't because it's CV. So. Yes.
Word final really doesn't matter, but so here is dr, dr. So this should be after a sonorant. After a non-sonorant, it is the dr.
Da-da-da.
This actually might be more like and this one would be all the time. Does that make sense?
Are you /SRS or /J? About the making sense thing.
Slash SRS.
Oh, Soton. I would think
Because
you wouldn't want to separate the sonorant. But for the purpose of splitting
let's say this
consonants.
is a word that has this syllable structure.
Mm-hmm.
So consonant, no vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant, no vowel.
Yes.
How
you
would
would
that get resolved?
What do you mean resolved?
How would your allophony resolve that to make it so it's non-syllabic, syllabic, non-syllabic, syllabic, non-syllabic, syllabic?
Well,
Let's put in 3 words. So you have
yeah, would help to have some sort of to make sure that that's not very abstract.
and then you have
Ra, rab,
the,
rab.
e, and then j. And then finally, J. J. Okay, how do you think this would get resolved following something similar to this?
So gotta do the thing and copy paste. So if we're just looking at what the phonemes would most likely be represented as, for a second before I yeah. So Rob might end up so given what happened, what you described, it would probably end up being something like that. Or would that that makes sense to you're do- you're doing things. You're hiding the solution from me. You're hiding things from me.
Only a little bit.
Only a little bit. I mean, yeah, I can just like click on it. Okay, so. Ooh. Oh.
No one saw that.
I mean, I saw it, but will I remember it? Probably not.
That 3-second delay.
I could have looked at the video quick. I could. Let me. So the question is, do those non-syllabic consonants have to remain? Do they have to turn into a non-syllabic syllabic sequence, or can it just go to?
This
A,
is where idiolect variation can come into effect, where you might have some speakers put in a non-syllabic consonant there,
but you might
and
have
other
some speakers
speakers
just make
not.
it. They could just make it a.
Yeah, so you just have a sequence of syllabic consonants in a row.
So. Okay. So these top two are speakers who insert a syllabic consonant, and the bottom is speakers who just make it, except for that glottal stop. And for the reveal, ready? Ha! So you had the idea
As you
of
can,
making one of them
yes.
Ray. Okay. Of course. Occurring at the start of the next. I'm just gonna go back into like the description of this video, like, or of this live once it's done, and it's just gonna be just remove all of the current description and just replace it with Soton no.
I hijack your channel and reply Soton yes.
Oh my god. Okay, so I feel like both. I feel like both my yours and mine could make sense. Other than
Yeah.
l, lr, yay. That's harder than it needs.
Where did the rhotic come from before the l? Because the t is there to break up sonorants.
Whoops. I meant to three. I that was not meant to be utilized. Okay, so are you saying that schwa becomes or eh?
Yes, I want to say yeah.
Because wouldn't it be a height distinction or sonorants distinction?
Here's the thing. Ah could not get colored by the vowel, by I and b, but the schwa can. So the schwa can undergo coloring where ah does not, or undergoes very minor coloring. Because the schwa is much more free and flexible. It's up there, it's not being defined by being low, but it's also not being defined by its frontness or backness or roundness, where ah can very much define itself on its own. And it can get a little bit of coloring, or it can get a lot of coloring, but a lot of that coloring in languages like Yupik comes from secondary articulation being placed on the vowel and the consonant.
Okay. So guess I'd just get rid of this then. No more oh.
I mean, ol can be there.
What would it be in allophone? Oh. And how would we do that?
Okay. What would this become? The just screaming B.
B? My gosh. Oh my gosh, it's the B movie. B! Would that be bull?
Where if you have something like ba
Buh,
bo.
buh, buh, buh.
Now what happens if I did and if both pa and ba merge in between vowels, how would you distinguish the two?
It would be appa versus apo.
Yeah. A very minor allophone.
That would make it phonemic.
Would it though? It's
Yes, that's the only difference. It's a minimal
here's the
pair.
thing. It's a marginal minimum pair. Because of this sequences where they occur at the start of words, pa does not color, but you know that pa lenites to va.
I don't like it.
Don't worry, it's a cursed on me too. I have this minor contrastion in one of my languages, and it makes either dorsal nasals phonemic or voiceless nasals phonemic, but not both.
Love that.
And since voiceless nasals do occur word finally, but velar nasals do not, I decided just to go with the voiceless nasals being phonemic. Which means I could honestly treat this as being this instead, and
Akna,
it's painful.
akna versus akna. That is cool. I love voiceless vowels. Or not. Well, I love voiceless vowels, but voiceless syllabic consonant. Voiceless syllabics.
That is the word, yeah.
I am. Listen, either I need to get smarter or you need to get dumber. There's
I can do both.
make me smarter or get you dumber.
Yes, it's called equivalent exchange. Have you heard of it? Now, whose family member recently died?
No. Oh my gosh, what was his name? It's been so long since I've watched that. Called the law of equivalent. Something, but you must of equal or more. Isn't his name Alphonse or something?
That's
That's the
the
brother.
family name. That's their last name.
That's their.
Yeah.
I need to watch that again, or I need to start watching. I watched like the first 3 episodes of like just Full Metal Alchemist. People keep telling me to watch Brotherhood
Oh no, you're right. It's the brother without a body.
without a body. That's what I thought.
Yeah, they're very lonely without it.
Without the body? I...
Yes, because they have nobody. They have no body.
Okay, stream over. Have a good one, y'all.
And disconnect.
Yeah, right? Oh my god. I hate that you. Comedy. Okay, so. I'm just trying to think of where we can go from here. Do we want to spend like the last 20 minutes working on syntax?
How about
Or,
how
what?
about just do some very basic syntax?
Yes.
Um.
That way I can.
So your primary
reset.
syntax is what, and your secondary syntax is gonna be what?
Why do I need a secondary?
Oh, don't you know?
And why do I need a secondary?
For the deeper level stuff.
Okay. Damn. Done. Soton is cruel, yes.
I don't think that's cool, but okay.
No, I said cruel. Cruel.
Oh.
Okay, so how about this? Main syntax is SOV, secondary syntax is S or VSO. Either way, never mind.
Okay, so that tells me you have subject aux inversion.
Okay, so SOV, XSOV.
No. Subject aux inversion doesn't have to apply to only the auxiliary. In French, it happens to all verbs.
Elaborate, please.
Basically, in certain situations in French, the verb becomes the first word in the sentence, and the pronouns coloricize on the end of the verb.
Okay, so what circumstances are we talking about? Are we talking about like subordinate clauses? Are we talking
Some instances it's questions, but it's mainly in the imperative. That is correct. Let's do that. Let's do verb SO for the
subordinate clauses?
imperative. And only the imperative. Everywhere else, it's verb final.
No. We're doing more than just the imperative.
Fine. We could also do yes no questions.
Okay.
And negation.
As in
Ain't nobody stealing your truck.
okay, so ain't nobody stealing your truck would end up stealing nobody your truck.
I literally said it with subject
Oh.
aux inversion.
Really?
Ain't nobody stealing your truck.
Ain't nobody stealing.
Because ain't is a auxiliary verb.
Right.
In my idiolect, it is the negative copula.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, I guess I just never linked the two. Okay. Guess no questions then. So in this syntax, so ain't nobody stealing your truck might look like It looks so wrong to capitalize ain't. Yes, that's literally just what I was about to. It looks so
Why
wrong.
did you put an apostrophe?
It's a not. A not. A not nobody. A not nobody. Your truck stealing.
Are you sure?
I don't know where it comes from.
Am not.
Okay, so still, it's a contraction.
Not anymore. You know how I know it's not a contraction?
Because you can't break it up into it.
Did he not take your truck?
Did he not take your truck? Oh, he didn't. No, he did not. Yeah, you can't break it up into its similar parts.
But yeah, no, English no longer allows ain't to be broken apart. It's no longer a word plus a clitic.
Okay.
It's just it's an independent word now.
That was that was a very long-winded way to agree with me.
Yes. I made it so you felt like you were going insane.
Oh, stop, no. Okay, so
Soton, yes.
if it's something, if it's a statement like that horse ran, then it fell, might look simple.
Here's a question: Is the um is the negative marker going to be an auxiliary, or is it going to be a suffix on the verb?
Oh, auxiliary.
Oh,
If we're if
or
we're
would you prefer it to be a case on the noun?
name one language that one natural.
Russian.
Why were you so quick?
It's it's mostly phonemically merged with the genitive. That's the case.
The curative. That's not.
It's also called the abessive,
That's the.
the curative. Its literal meaning is to be without. And in Russian, when the direct, so I'm gonna call it the absolutive argument because in Russian it's either the subject of an intransitive verb or the direct object of a transitive verb. When that role takes the abessive case, it is used to help negate the verb phrase.
To help. To help. It's not doing it on its own.
Well, because Russian also has the ne prefix. Or is it ni? It might be ni.
The point is still that Russian does not do that as its main strategy.
But it could.
It could, but it doesn't.
What would happen if Russian lost the ni?
Just
Other than no
happen.
longer being an adventurer, what would happen if Russian would lost the ni?
Just let me have this.
I will not. I've already hacked your stream.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so no, I don't want it to be a case. That's the whole idea, is that this remains like very isolated.
Oh, okay, so no.
Little to no more.
Yeah. So that will not be your negative suffix.
No.
Which would surface as like, or
Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's weird. Ooh, that feels. No, there is ultimately no suffix.
Okay, fine.
Yes, you're not doing that. You're not doing that to my language. You can mess everything else up. You can just destroy everything. But this language is staying isolated.
Okay, what if it was a clinic? The negative clinic.
Do I? Is one of those forms? Is one of the forms of that or clitic? Is that just diet ooh?
Yes.
Diet ooh. And you know what? Okay, so yes, I'm fine with it being a clitic because it probably would. But but
Those are all the phonetic realizations. Are you replacing the wa with a wa? Oh yeah, that's right. This is tonal.
there. This will be the only time.
Ugh.
Ooh. This will be the only time that
Okay
there's a
then.
that'll be the only time there's a dipping tone. Because and a less than a non-word tone. Oh my gosh, that leads me to question how would clitics work with word tone?
They actually can do a lot. Don't worry, we'll have Quayne break into your stream next week.
God. Okay, well, I'm. Okay, so we'll. Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay, I'll put that back the way it was. Ow, ow. That is so weird. I understand why doesn't happen in very many languages. It's not. It's not very solid.
This is how the negative click attaches to these words. And as you can see, this word would actually lose the pa if it wasn't for the negative click.
Yes. Would it lose the pa?
The pa would be dropped because it's word final, and would only show up when a valid onset is allowing it.
When did we say this would happen?
Down here.
Oh, so I mean, yeah,
You have
yeah, it is.
liaison.
Yes, that's the word, liaison. I was thinking lenition, but that's not the right. So liaison. Sure. No, I'm actually okay with that. Okay. So,
I love how the negative click got a split tongue.
out of all the things you could have caught, that you could have picked up on for that, it's just no. It doesn't even. That doesn't look like a tongue to me. You know what that looks like? That looks like SpongeBob was stick figure. Two big fat
Oh!
teeth.
Yeah, no, that's actually a common usage for people who have split tongues. They'll do a capital B over a capital P.
Well, I
Did,
hope everybody enjoyed having Soton on the stream. This either the last time or the first of many times.
don't worry, we'll upload a show where it's just you screaming Soton no, and I just reply with Soton yes.
Soton, no. I'll have to like upload a clip of that. just, just the first Soton no. Soton no.
Soton yes.
Oh my gosh! Why are you like this?
Hey, we could just do a Team 4-star reference, and you just say, I help, I need an adult, and I just respond with, I am an adult.
So here's the thing. I don't know what that is.
Oh! Okay. You want me to explain it to you?
Yes, we have 4 minutes. Explain the entirety of it in 4 minutes.
So, it's a running joke that the young child who was like 4 years old and when was forced to train to kill their father, in the abridged series of Dragon Ball Z, so Dragon Ball Z abridged, Gohan oftentimes will get scared by the intimidating male figure in their life at the time, and they'll say something like, "I hope I need an adult," and the intimidating male figure will reply with, "I am an adult." Read any kind of subtext in that you want to. Good.
Yeah, you forget. You forget I can't. unless I am creating the subtext, there is no subtext up here. There have been many times you've laughed at me for that exact reason.
Hey, I had to talk to quote-unquote normal people. They put subtext into everything. I don't get it.
Everything. I don't get. Yeah. Like, what is that? I don't.
Like, what is subtext? Well, apparently it is the text that is not written, but apparently implied.
Yeah.
Many directors are not good at it, such as Zack Snyder.
Ooh. Ooh. Hold up. We're looking this up. I don't know how to spell.
One of the criticisms against Zack Snyder is they are really not good with subtext and will put things in their films that are just very blatantly obvious, like Jesus. No, like Superman being a Jesus allegory, even though
Yes.
Superman is a Moses allegory. Yeah, Superman is a Moses allegory, but for some reason, a lot of people now will treat Superman as a Jesus allegory.
Also, I just looked up Zack Snyder.
A lot of Zack Snyder films are not as deep as some people will say. Now, if you disagree with me, please do not destroy Solar's comments. Go over to Soton's channel
Yes.
and destroy their comments.
Yes. I will have to link the channel.
I will put a little snippet of just me saying Zack Snyder is not deep.
That'll do some things. Yeah, like people are gonna watch all the way to the end of this. Okay, so I just wanna point out, I have watched 3 of the movies on this. I've watched 3 of the movies on this. Watched Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and Justice League. Could I tell you anything about them?
So fun fact, Walksman the movie is famously a bad adaptation because it does adapt a lot of the surface elements. It adapts none of the subtext. Because Alan Moore does a lot with subtext, like how superheroes often are larger than life, and because they're larger than life, they miss the everyday small actions of good intentions that street level people do. So when they do things that are larger than life, like destroy half of New York, try to unite the world, and yeah, apparently Watchmen is more. I'm not going to go into that politics. Not on your channel. But Watchmen is like a really dark, gritty thing,
Yeah.
and Alan Moore does a lot with subtext and requires you to do deeper readings than the surface stuff. Like there is a small sub B plot in the entire manga chapter stuff. Comics, manga. What's the difference? The difference is the writing direction.
Is it made by one guy or like a team? If it's one guy, it's a manga. If it's
No, comics is made by one guy as well. Sometimes.
okay, fine.
Honestly, the only difference is one is from Japan and the other's from the US or
Fair.
the Western Hemisphere. That's why I
Very
said the
fair.
joke is writing direction. Um,
Oh, I thought you meant direction as in like a director.
no, you're literally reading manga to English speakers back to front,
Yeah. Oh, I know.
which is why you have that what is it? There's this what is it? There's one panel where you read it and you read it in the Western style of reading it. It says, "I am reading a book. What the fuck?" No, it says I am reading. What the fuck? And then if you read it in like the actual how you're supposed to read in a manga, it says what the fuck am I reading? But
I
those two are just in different bubbles, so it gives you
Soton.
different impressions.
Soton. I'm going to have to bleep that out. No.
This is where you just cut to black,
Yeah. Right.
and right when you cut not to black is when you cut out of black.
All right. Given given this, have a good one, y'all.